Prepare to experience the strongest radio allowable by law. Secrets will be revealed. Myths dispelled. From the studio gym where excuses never apply, it's Superhuman Radio with your host, Carl Lenore.
This is Science for Humans with Dr. Jeff Galini.
Dr. J.
Carl, how you doing, buddy?
Supplement Santa.
Or they're now calling me the Sup Doc.
The Sup Doc. Hey, what's up, Doc?
Yeah,
Sup,
I thought
Doc?
that's cool too.
I like that. What's up, Doc? Anyway, this question was posed by Jorge Padilla. I believe that was his name. Let's see if I'm right about that. And my memory actually works sometimes. Yes, Jorge Padilla. He said,
Yes.
Is test charge by EFX Sports safe for a 19-year-old to use?
Yeah, that was an interesting question, which obviously, opens the whole testosterone thing. But I'll first kind of answer that question and say, is it safe? Yes. Do you need it? No. Folks, if you were a teenager, the last thing you need is any more testosterone. Your testosterone is already at full production. So these testosterone boosters are not designed for you. Jorge, see you spend your money on, proteins, excuse me, good foods, creatinines and carbohydrates and things, so don't jump after these testosterone boosters.
So, well, let's talk about this for a second. Let's expand on this, right? There's lots of different testosterone boosters out there. Some of them are herbal in nature, and they're supposed to mimic luteinizing hormone. I speak of Tribulus, which made it into the news recently. Some of them are actually hormonal in nature, like the aromatase inhibitor types. And then there's Taxadrol, which is in test charge, which is completely different. So I want to just talk about this for a second. You cool with that?
Sure. Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
All right. The hormonal based ones, the estrogen blockers and stuff like that, you got to be careful of those if you're a young guy. You don't want to be fooling with raising or lowering hormones and disrupting that natural cascade that occurs, number one. Number two, Tribulus comes around every so often with a study that says it works, and then it's followed by a study that says it doesn't work. But the bottom line about Tribulus is it's supposed to mimic luteinizing hormone. Once again, this is a hormone that's supposed to boost testosterone production. Taxadrol is completely different. Taxadrol is actually a phytoandrogen, is it not?
Correct. And again, it's a very interesting compound. As you and I both know, for years, as we get older in those years, we're always looking for ways to boost testosterone. And this was something that I personally was trying to accomplish. And I knew there had to be something out there better than what was on the market. Now, I'm not saying, Tribulus is no good and, Epimedium is no good. Those all have their places, but they just didn't actually raise testosterone levels. Mm-hmm. So, Carl, I started myself as the guinea pig, trying all these different compounds, looking for different ways to extract them to see if I could get some effect, and I really didn't get any increase in testosterone. Well, I met a gentleman, here in Montana, and he was harvesting some of this Montana Yule tip. And I say Montana because Yule tip can grow in some other regions, like China, but it's not Montana Yule tip. It's not the same species. This is wild. It's undisturbed. It's so high up in the mountains that people don't even know where it is. I mean, it's a truck and a day to get there. But what I found was that it contained these natural, as I call them, steroidal saponins that worked with your body to actually elevate those natural levels. Now, it's quite a complex extraction process to put the whole thing together. But I had last year, one of my studies was published in a very prestigious journal that talked about, elevating testosterone levels. So pretty interesting stuff. Pretty fun.
So while it's not wise, while Taxadrol technically would be safe for a 19-year-old to use, he's not going to have any harm done to him. However, it's a waste of time because his testosterone levels are already at the peak of his lifetime. So,
and
go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Well, and I was going to say, and that's kind of my warning to younger folks. As you said, you don't want to be messing with your own body's natural production of testosterone. So again, at that age, you don't want to be messing with anabolic steroids and things. Let your body's own testosterone levels do the thing. Grow naturally and get that good base, depending on what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Anyhow, to answer the question, it's safe, but no, you don't need it.
Train, eat, sleep, and repeat. That's what you need. You don't need Taxadrol. You don't need test charge. Now, but let's talk about people who can use test charge. Testosterone levels drop once you hit about 30 years old, and they just keep on dropping year after year as we get older, right?
Well, they do, and I think it's become more open in the last several years. Where years ago, it was fine for women to talk about being hormonal, low estrogen, but men, that just was taboo. We didn't talk about it, and now that's come out. So what you have to realize is, as a male, it's going to happen. When it happens, it kind of depends. But like you said, it is about the age 30 is when I personally started to notice. It was until probably about 40 ish when I really started to feel that. And some of the symptoms I think you got to be aware of. The very first one is just a low sex drive. That's one of the first things when you have a low libido that you notice. And a lot of times, men will have difficulty achieving erections and things. And again, that's part of that low testosterone. One of the bigger things is probably just fatigue, lack of energy.
Well, and depression. I personally think, from personal experience, before I went on HRT, depression. If you feel like you wake up in the morning, you have no excitement about your life, you're just kind of like moseying through the day.
Yeah, you have those mood changes. You're depressed, and that's what women go through. Sometimes we as men, we don't understand that or we don't think it's real, but they go through the same type of things when, they're approaching menopause. And again, it's just because of their hormones being unbalanced. And of course, you start losing muscle mass. I hear so many guys say, man, I just can't gain weight. I used now gaining all this body fat. Well, again, low testosterone levels increases your body fat. So those are kind of some of the common symptoms that men experience. Research, doesn't say that, having low testosterone, some says, it's really not harmful. Other research says, it could decrease bone mass. You could lose your hair, things of that nature. But I think, what do you think? Is the jury still hung on whether or not it's dangerous or to have low testosterone?
Yes. No. There's absolute evidence that low testosterone is very, very dangerous, contrary to two studies that came out 2 years ago that scared the bejeebers out of people about testosterone replacement. Every single month, a new study is published that shows that lower testosterone leads to heart failure, heart attack, diabetes. I mean, it's just, low testosterone is not a good thing. I don't care what anybody tries to convince you. So yes, I don't think the jury is out. It's unequivocal. Low testosterone is a bad thing. Now, I know you're not a fan of HRT, right?
No, yeah, I'm not, and I think it's because, as I openly talk about the pharmaceutical industry, I've got to keep it across the board, and there are times in our life where we have to go to the doctor, for some ailment. But I'm not a fan, when somebody sticks me on an antibiotic, I know what those side effects are going to be. But if it's crucial to fix the problem, then I'll have to fix the other problem. That's kind of my same issue, I think, with HRT, is I'm not against it. I'm against the fact that there's no education on a universal level. I'm against some of the dosages and some of the reasons that people are giving HRT. If I can use you as an example,
Please.
only because I have several friends that have been in the same category. I'm not educating people that, hey, when you get on HRT therapy, realize you've got 50-year-old tendons, but you're going to feel like you're 20 years old.
Right.
And you know what happens is you get into the gym, you feel good, you can do more, and you end up pulling something. And I've had, like I said, 3, if not 4 people just in the last 3 months that have completely ripped something all from that.
Right.
And as you talk to them, it's like, well, did your doctor give you any warnings? Well, no, I mean, I knew about this. Maybe you did it when you were younger. But, yeah, there's a difference, in your 20s. Same way with, training or whatever you do. I mean,
I actually think that one of the studies that looked at the dangers of testosterone replacement, these were all men who had heart problems because the whole cohort had already received angioplasty and in some cases stents, and they were put on testosterone. And a number of them ended up having problems, heart attacks. And so they immediately blamed the testosterone. And what I said was, how do we know that these guys didn't feel this surge of life and energy and start doing things that they weren't prepared to do, like having sex or running up the stairs or thinking, I haven't jogged in a long time, and bang. So testosterone imparts a sense of well-being, a sense of happiness, a sense of I can do this, and sometimes you're not ready to do it.
No, and that's really what I'm talking about is no matter what drug, a physician prescribes to you, and this is just another, a drug to fix a problem. We just happen to be talking about testosterone replacement therapy, but they don't give you any of that information. They don't say be careful. They don't say ease back into things.
Yes.
They go, here, this is going to make you feel good. And absolutely, you feel better, you want to go run a marathon, so to say, but your body can't handle that. Even when I was a bodybuilder full time, and, you took some time off of training, your programs, you had to realize when you started back, it would take 8 to 12 weeks to ease back into it. You just couldn't start right back up because you were going to get hurt. I never pulled a muscle. I never had one injury during my entire bodybuilding career other than just some lower back, which normally was, just doing something stupid, walking the wrong way or, but it was because of that, you have to be able to be smart. You got to warm up. You got to know what your capabilities are. So again, I think that gets the issue. But again, there are side effects with anything. So again, if you're considering HRT therapy, I think you need to look at the option. Realize there are products like Test Charge, ways that you can actually boost your levels. And I always recommend try that first. And if it doesn't work, then you need to find a reputable doctor that will really monitor you and help educate you. Don't go to the gym or off the street because, first of all, it's illegal. Secondly, you've got no idea what you're getting into. You really want to have a doctor, monitoring your levels and making sure that nothing crazy is going on,
So why don't we do this? Why don't we take our break? And when we come back, we know that you really created Test Charge selfishly for yourself. So let's talk about how Test Charge actually works and the dose and what it does. How about that? So for those guys out there who are going, maybe I do need to look at elevating testosterone. Maybe I need to start by trying Test Charge. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Science for Humans. Do you know how to properly use carbohydrates to ignite your performance in the field and in the gym? You will now, thanks to this free book by EFX Sports. The Carb User's Guide for Maximum Performance reveals why omitting carbohydrates from your diet can totally crush your gains. Ever wonder how many grams you need for your specific sport? Not anymore. We give you the critical number you need to dominate your competition. You'll even discover the super carb that's taking the athletic world by storm. You must try it to believe it. Go to getcarbolin.com/carb guide today and get your copy absolutely free. Once again, it's getkarbolin.com/CARBGUIDE. 4.6 million years of evolution gave us the blueprint for the perfect protein supplement for humans. So why do all protein supplement manufacturers ignore it? We don't. The first human-appropriate protein supplement is Thrive Advanced. Built around the blueprint of mother's milk, Thrive Advanced contains the amino acids, peptides, micronutrients, enzymes, probiotics, and vitamins that support protein absorption and assimilation. All of our dairy proteins come from happy cows on pastures here in the United States and are low-heat pasteurized. You'll never find any artificial sweeteners, additives, or ingredients. You won't even find thickeners or gums in Thrive Advanced. And we back up our label claims with post-production lab analysis that's available right on our website. Visit superhumanradio.com and click the Thrive Advanced banner ad and use code SHR and save 50% off your entire order today.
There are a few products that I believe in the way I believe in Can-C eye drops. I've been using Can-C for 6 months now, and the changes in my vision are nothing short of amazing.
Wow, that's an old commercial. The truth is I've been using Can-C eye drops for 11 years now, and I credit Can-C eye drops as being the reason that I do not need reading glasses at 58 years old. Can-C eye drops improves the quality and health of your eyes indefinitely. That's why I both use and endorse Can-C eye drops. Go to wisechoicemedicine.com and learn about how Can-C eye drops can improve the health of your eyes and the quality of your vision today. The health and performance benefits of phytonutrients are indisputable, but getting all of your phytonutrients from your diet is difficult. That's why Prime Nutrition introduced PhytoForm. PhytoForm has nearly 11 grams of all the micronized veggies, fruits, fiber, minerals, and antioxidants you need. Alfalfa, organic spirulina, and chlorella, plus acai, pomegranate, goji, bilberry, blueberry, raspberry, cranberry, and papaya. Cabbage, spinach, broccoli, beet, the list goes on and on. You won't find a better, more complete fruits and greens blend anywhere. It even includes PQQ, which has been shown to improve mitochondrial biogenesis. Go to superhumanradio.com and click the Prime Nutrition banner ad today and use coupon code SHR to save 30% off. Prime Nutrition, the best or nothing.
Eat dessert again with the new 100% natural line of high-protein, low-carb Quest protein bars. I love lemon cream pie and strawberry cheesecake, but you can choose from chocolate peanut butter, coconut cashew, or cinnamon roll as well. No matter which one you try, you'll feel like you're eating dessert. But this is no ordinary dessert. With 20 grams of high-quality whey protein isolate, 17 grams of prebiotic fiber, and sweetened with stevia, these bars will make you feel like you're cheating, but you're not. Go to superhumanradio.com and click the Quest Protein Bar banner ad to learn more about these clean and delicious protein bars.
Hey, this is Carl. Start your day just like I do with a high-dose lipospheric vitamin C from Live On Labs. You too can benefit from Live On Labs' lipospheric delivery system. No more pills or powders. That's outdated technology. Live On Labs has the world's most efficient vitamin delivery system, period. Learn a lot more today at liveonlabs.com and benefit from their new reduced pricing. That's liveonlabs.com, Livon labs.com.
Nobel Prize-winning research shows telomeres are an important part of preventing cellular aging. Slowing down telomere shortenings promotes healthy cell replication and longevity. This is simple, folks. Supplement today with the longevity breakthrough of the century, Telos 95. Telos 95 provides the only scientifically validated telomere support ingredient in every capsule. Save 15% off when you use the code TELOS95. Go to superhumanradio.com today and click the Telos 95 banner ad. Age better with Telos 95, the cutting-edge technology that's a leap forward in the science of aging with research that was conducted by world experts on telomere analysis using worldwide patented technology.
You're listening to the Superhuman Channel. We're ripped and we're ready.
Welcome back. So we're talking with Dr. Jeff Galini. This is Science for Humans. We're talking about elevating testosterone levels with an over-the-counter supplement called Test-Charge. And the main ingredient is Taxadrol. And Taxadrol is basically a phytoandrogen found in a very, very unique form of pine tree, found in two places, in the mountains of Montana and in China. And that is where this product is manufactured, too, in Montana. So with that being said, Dr. J, we know that you created this product selfishly because you wanted an alternative to HRT. So how do you use Test-Charge? What does it do? What are doses like?
Well, it was about a 3 or 4 year process. So it evolved from, a single product into a kit because you've got to take it at different dosages and at different times of the day and different delivery times. What I found early on was that I was able to get the testosterone level up, but then after about 5 weeks, elevated estrogen levels and testosterone started to decrease. So obviously it worked, but it didn't work long enough. So it was kind of a work in progress. What I've got together now is it's a 3 product kit. So the liquid Taxadrol, even though we can't sell it as a sublingual because that's a drug delivery, that's what it is. 30 seconds, it's in the blood, quick acting. So I have people take 100 milligrams of that in the morning. First thing in the morning, 100 milligrams of that. You kind of kickstart. Then I've got the capsule version, which is a little bit slower acting, that you'll take about midday, and that's another 100 milligrams. Mm-hmm. And then I put together the anti-aromatase, which you take in the evening. And with that, you can get on this kit for 30 days. Works very well. So I always recommend you do 2-month cycle. And then like anything, you should always take a little break. So I recommend a week off, although I take about a weekend off. But it just continues to work. Very, very effective.
Well, first of all,
for me,
the fact that you saw elevated estrogen tells you that it's working because men produce estrogen by siphoning off testosterone through the aromatase pathway.
Well, absolutely. That's kind of your body's defense mechanism is your body doesn't like to have too much testosterone, so it's going to convert it to estrogen. So, yeah, it was interesting. And, it's kind of crazy, talking numbers and stuff, but my testosterone was about 40 or 50, which is, way low.
Right.
And I maintain about 400. So very, very effective for me. And since it's been on the market, thousands of other people have done real well with it. We've got a lot of clinics that are now buying it, an alternative to HRT, because some people aren't suitable for that drug. Like you said, if you've got heart problems, you have had blood clots in the past, things that, there are some side effects. They're looking for some alternatives. So very, very, very effective.
Okay, so what did you notice when you first started taking it? I understand you did blood work, and that's how you determined that your estrogen levels were elevating. But what did you notice? Did you notice a change in the way you felt?
And even recently, I went off it for about 6 months just to see what would happen, and I'm just now coming back on. But, yeah, the first thing you feel is you're more alive. You've got more energy. You don't need as much sleep. And, that sense of well-being, as we say, you just feel overall good. When you go into the gym, this is where you got to be careful because within about 2 days, weights that you normally were using seem like a feather. So you have to be careful because your ligaments and tendons aren't ready to increase your strength.
Right.
Within a short amount of time, within that 30-day, again, I noticed that I'm a lot tighter, a lot harder. Body fat starts to decrease. My appetite increases. I can increase my caloric intake. So again, all the things that reverse those side effects that typically happen. And, of course, increased libido. That's one of the first things you notice the very first day. That's how quick it works.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. Now, you actually have a book, 20 Ways to Boost Your Testosterone Levels. Is that true?
Yeah, so this is put out, Mr. Chad Shaw actually wrote it on our behalf, my behalf. And I think people forget that there are ways that you can boost your testosterone levels. And this book is absolutely free for anyone who'd like a copy. I'm not saying that this is the ends to all means, but again, there are some good recommendations like people don't know that, excessive alcohol consumption, hinders testosterone, eating red meat. So, there's some very simple things, and there's some things that, people might not have thought about. So, again, if you want it for free, send me an email. You can go to the superhumanradio.com, just look up scientist, and ask me to send you the free copy, the 20 Ways to Boost Your Natural Testosterone Levels. And I'd love to give that to you and help you out.
So there you go. Superhumanradio.com. Ask the Scientist. We got a great question either yesterday afternoon or today from somebody that we have to answer about carbolin. Did you see that long, well-written question about carbolin?
You know, it came in right before I came to the studio. I saw that, so I had not actually read that all the way through yet.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one to answer, so we'll get to that. So there you go. Ask the Scientist at superhumanradio.com. Ask Dr. Jeff for the 20 tips on how to raise your testosterone naturally. Obviously, this is a benefit to us older guys, and there's no doubt about it. As testosterone goes down, quality of life goes down, and health issues go up. And don't let the mainstream try to dissuade you to anything other than that, because it's true. And, of course, try Test Charge. It comes in a nice little box, a little kit. Comes with 3 different items that you take. And like Dr. J said, you'll notice a difference in a couple days. You'll know right away if you're a responder. There's got to be people out there who don't respond. Let's be honest. There's people out there who don't respond to pharmaceutical drugs. But
yeah,
if you're a responder, you're going to feel it in a couple days. You're going to go, holy mackerel. I can tell you this. The day when I went on HRT in 2007, it took me 2 weeks to start to really feel it. And I swear, I felt like somebody switched the lights back on in my life. My life was gloomy. It was dark. It was dismal. And when my testosterone levels were elevated, I felt like I was in my 20s again. And I still feel that way today. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the whole cool thing about testosterone. Now, I know a couple of you are going to say, hey, Doc, Supplement Santa, how about some samples? Like Carl said, this isn't something you can try and see how it tastes. This is a process.
A protocol.
It's
a protocol.
Yeah, within the first 30 days, you will definitely notice a difference. But even with HRT, I mean, it takes some time. So this is something that's going to take you a couple months to actually get your levels back up. And then once you're there, you just maintain them and enjoy life.
There you go. Dr. J, as always, thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Have a good one, everybody.
Talk to you later.